Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Dr. Tanveer Ahmad. Welcome to my channel Dr. Tanveer Talks. Today I am going to discuss about the astronomical facts which is mentioned in the Holy Quran. Uh, which is mentioned in the Holy Quran. I am going to discuss from my book Quran and Modern Scientific Research, which was written in the year 2013. So there are several astronomical facts which has been mentioned in the Holy Quran, which astronomers have been discovered recently 1400 years ago, like creation of the universe, like Big Bang theory, about the seven layers of the atmosphere, about the expansion of the universe, about the movements of the orbit, about the moon lights its own reflected light, and astronomical facts, and many such more things. I'm going to discuss in this lecture. Let us discuss few things. Okay, first about the creation of the universe. As we know, like scientists have been discovered recently about the creation of the universe, that according to the Big Bang theory, as we know, the astronomers say that the whole universe will in the form of primary nebula, which is a big mass. Then there was the secondary separations which leads to the formation of the sun, moon, stars, galaxies, and the earth will live. So this imagine this about the creation of the universe, the Big Bang theory, which has been mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago in Surah Al-Anbiya, that is Surah number 21 and ayat number 30, which says that this about the Awalam yaral lazina kafaru anna samawati wal arda kanat ratqan fafataqnahuma. Do not the disbelievers known that the heaven and earth were joined together or connected to one another, then we separated them. Imagine this statement has been discovered in the Quran in Surah Anbiya, verse number chapter number 21, verse number 30. Like meanwhile, like other things, like about the expansion of the universe. Come, we can discuss about the expansion of the universe also. Expansion of the universe, like it is Avalam mentioned in Surah Dariyat, that is Surah number 51, ayah number 47, which states that, and we have built the heavens with our own hands, and verily it is we who are steadily expanding it. See, imagine Allah Ta'ala's expansion of the universe has been described in the Holy Quran in Surah Dariyat. Okay. In 1925, the American astronomer by name Edwin Hubble discovered the facts that all galaxies are moving away from each other, which implies that the universe is expanding. The Arabic word which used here is museum, is used to describe that the creation or the expansion and vastness of the universe. Okay. Now coming to the moments of the orbit. As we know, we studied, like there are two types of planetary motions which we studied in our classes. Like when we were in imagine when we were in high school period, we used to study, like two types of planetary system: geocentric and heliocentric. Geo means earth, helio means sun, which describes, like geocentric planetary system. What it says that during at the time of Ptolemy in the second century BC, they believed that the Earth, geo means the Earth is at the center, and the other bodies, every other bodies, including the sun and the moves around it. This is called geocentric. And heliocentric planetary system of theory, what this says, in year 1512, Nicholas Copernicus put forward this heliocentric system of theory. He believes the sun is at the center of the solar system, and the other planets, including the earth, the moon, which revolves around it. But later, in 1609, the German scientist Johannes Kepler concluded that not only the planets moving in the elliptical orbit around the sun, but they also rotate around its own axis at an irregular speeds. Okay. So this movements of orbits, what we have recently thought, around, maybe imagine, like 100 years ago, like this we have discovered the Quran 1400 years ago, that in Surah Anbiya, that is Surah number 21, ayah number 33, which Allah says in the Quran, like It is He who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. All the celestial bodies swim along each other in its own axis. Okay. The Arabic word which is used here is yasbahun. This word which is derived from the word sabaha, which carries the ideal of the motion that carries from moving body. That Sir Isaac Newton in the later in 1600 and 1870 body. That Sir Isaac Newton also in the Surah Yasin, Surah number 36, verse number 40, it is says that Allah says in the Quran, it is not permitted to the sun to catch up the moon, nor can this night outstrips the day. Each swims along with its own orbit. Imagine this verse says that the existence of the individual orbits, whether it is sun and the moon and the journey through the space, has their own motion, planetary motion. Okay, which approximately we can make out like due to this motion. Like earlier we thought sun was stationary, moon were stationary. Now this says that all were moving in their own axis. So according to this, what they have concluded is the sun takes up approximately 25 days to rotate its own axis. Similarly, the moon also rotates around its own axis and completes around 29 half days for a complete of one rotation. Okay. Imagine, there are so many things like about the movements of the orbit which has been described in the Holy Quran. And another thing, astronomical fact, about earlier what we thought is moon's light is unreflected, its own light. Okay. But Quran says that moon's light is reflected light. In Surah Furqan, Surah number 25, ayah number 61, which states that, blessed it is he who made the constellations in the sky and placed there is a lamp, that is the sun, having its own light, and the moon giving its borrowed light, that is the reflected light. The Arabic word for the sun in the Quran used in many places like Shams. It is also referred to as Siraj, which means a torch, or a Wahaj means a blazing lamp, or a Diya means shining glory. All these three descriptions is associated with the sun since it generates intense heat, light by its internal combustion. Okay. The Arabic word for the Khamar used to describe is Munir, which means a borrowed light or a reflected light. Okay. So imagine, and one more thing, like as we know, there like the layers of the atmosphere. Okay, there are several layers in the atmosphere. So Allah Taala has Furqan been described in Surah Mulk also, like in Surah Mulk, that is Surah number 67, verse number 3. It is Allah says that He who had created the seven heavens in the layers, you can see no fault in the creation of the most gracious. Then look again. Can you see any faults in it, defects in it? Okay. The Arabic word here used is tibakha, which means several layers. As we know, as the scientists have discovered exactly 7 layers of the atmosphere. That is exosphere, ionosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, ozonosphere, stratosphere, and the troposphere. These are the main 7 layers of the atmosphere, which has been described by this thing. So, like there are many several other facts also which have been mentioned in the Holy Quran. So, Subhanallah, what we can conclude is we see that the Quran is not a book of science, whether it is a book of ayat. Okay, so this what we studied, like the creation of the universe, the Big Bang theory, and the movements of the orbit, and then about the protection of the skin, the 7 layers of the atmosphere, about the expansion of the universe. All these points says that this is the divine truth of the Holy Quran. That is, so this shows that this is Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala's book. So increase our faith and thanks Allah for our guidance. Okay. Jazakallah khair for watching this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for Dr. Tanveer Talks for more inspiration video. Jazakallah khair.